Hi, I'm going to talk about the newest Magic School Bus book, which is Magic School Bus Explores Human Evolution, which is by Joanna Cole and Bruce Degen. We are a team. We were a team. I'm sorry to say that Joanna has passed away about a year ago, but she did get to see this book in its final state, and she did get to see the first starred review from ALA, and we're very proud of it. And she said that we ended on a high note with the series. But I don't know if the series is ending, but in any case, this is what we did together. Now, in this book, the kids want to find out about where they came from. So they start out in the classroom by making family trees, and they're showing how their families came down in generations. Who came before, who came after. And Arnold doesn't have enough information. He didn't know the people in his family. He couldn't make a chart, and he said, Miss Frizzle says, let's go and trace your family tree. In fact, let's trace the family tree of all human beings on Earth. And they go on a trip which will take them back to the beginning of life on Earth. They get back by going on the bus and going backward through time to 4.5 billion years ago, and at 3.5 billion years ago, the first simple life forms appeared on Earth. And we follow the life forms from the simple cells, which is here, simple cells, and we get complex, and we go through interesting changes in time, and when the cells became complex cells with different parts in them, and the DNA inside, which controls exactly how we bring down all of our traits. And then they become simple sponges, they become jellyfish. These are very simple animals that evolved in the sea, and these wonderful sea worms, which were the first creatures to have the beginning of a spine. And then they become fish. They become more complicated fish. They become modern fish. And then fish come out of the water and they start becoming walking fish. And then they become amphibians, which are like salamanders and frogs. And then they become reptiles. And then they become dinosaurs. And then the dinosaurs seem to all die out, but the mammals who are developing go on, and we come from those early mammals. They go through different stages. And by the way, if you look carefully on every page for the kids who will be searching, there is a hidden school bus. This one is not so hidden. It's jumping through the trees with them. And on every page you can find a school bus hidden in the picture, because the school bus is following them up through this trip through evolution. They've become monkeys, they become apes, they become early humanoids, human forms, and finally they become Homo sapiens, which are modern man. And then this shows how we spread out. Actually, all of mankind started in Central Africa and spread out around the globe and became civilizations all around the world. And here we are, back in the schoolroom. This tree represents our family tree and all the place we came through to develop into the person we are today. And that's basically the story of the Magic School Bus. We have done school bus on various scientific topics. We had an editor who was a brilliant man who put Joanna Cole and me together to create the series. His name was Craig Walker. That's why they go to the Walkerville School. We call it that because it's Craig. And then Craig said, he got to the point where he said, I want to not just do a book where we talk about a topic like the ocean or electricity. I want to talk about topics that people argue about. And the last 2 books we did were his legacy. He asked us to do a book, and we decided we wanted to do the book about climate change, which is now very much in the news. And at the time, people were arguing about it and saying, it does exist, it doesn't exist. And you will find that there are many people today who will say, when it comes to evolution, it does exist, it doesn't exist. But as we say in our book about the scientific field trip, if you are a scientist, you can't just say, I like it or I don't like it. You have to find facts. And if you have facts and you have data and you have a way of testing your truth, you'll find out what is true and what is not true. And it isn't a feeling, it's that you have scientific proof. So that's why these 2 topics were the ones that we ended the series with. And there are a lot of discussion about it, but this is where the scientists of the earth, basically, who are really scientists, agree. It's changing all the time. The thing about science is that it's not a religion. Science is working with the facts that you have. If you find new facts, you can change the whole story. It's not graven in stone. Science is changing all the time. In fact, there were new skulls that were found only a month ago in Asia of a skull of a level of mankind that we hadn't even discovered before, something like a Neanderthal man. So it changes all the time, and there were changes actually while we were doing the book. We had to adjust the ages of when modern man developed because there was new evidence to say that modern man is older than we thought we were. So I hope that our fans will enjoy this book and learn a lot from this book. And I'd like to say thank you for letting me talk about it.